What's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to share what I eat in a day to lose weight and stay healthy in 2023. So before we get into today's video, I would like to wish all of you a very happy new year. I hope this year brings you lots of happiness, peace, success, and prosperity. And if you are new to my channel, my name is Nisha. I am a busy mom of two and a fitness trainer. I love to share my healthy recipes and weight loss tips and tricks with you guys. So if that is something that you are into, then please stick around and subscribe to my channel. So before we get into today's video, I would like to cover some things with you. So please bear with me and stick around. So one of the things I would like to say that if you are starting off 2023 trying to get healthy, lose weight, and feel your best, then there is a challenge that I have posted on my Instagram and TikTok page where a lot of people are joining this challenge just to start building their healthy habits and routine. The point of this challenge is to build those strong habits and routines that are going to set you up for success, and it's going to kickstart your weight loss and health journey in 2023. So if that is something that you are interested in joining, I will put that up on the screen for you. You can take a screenshot of this and you can start this whenever you're ready. And if you have any questions or concerns regarding this challenge, you can drop them in the comments below and I would love to help you out. I also wanted to talk about my fitness goals and what they have been in 2022 and what I'm focusing on in 2023. So as some of you know, in 2022, my focus was to build some strength and muscle mass at the gym. And in order to do that, you cannot be eating in a calorie deficit. If you want to get strong and build that lean muscle mass, you really have to eat at a maintenance calories or a slight surplus. So entire year of 2022, that is what I did. And that has helped me gain some lean muscle mass, and along came with some fat as well. So I have gained about 11 pounds of weight overall. My starting weight at the end of 2021 was 107 pounds. And I know I personally don't like to talk too much about how much I weigh because that is not my focus. My focus is more about health and how you feel and how you feel confident in your own skin. I'm just mentioning the weight just to give you an understanding of where I was and where I am now. So I am 5'5" and I was 107 pounds. So yes, that was very underweight for me. Sure, I was lean and I looked healthy, but to me, that wasn't a healthy look for me. And it also wasn't sustainable because I was restricting myself and I wasn't eating as much as I would like to. So in 2022, I started eating more and I started focusing more at my strength and muscle gain, and that is where I gained about 11 pounds in entire year. So now I'm currently sitting at 118 pounds. I am happy where I am, but at the same time, because when you are eating at a surplus or a maintenance calories, you tend to gain some body fat as well. So for me, my weakest point was always gaining weight in my midsection. So that is where I've put on some weight again because my clothes are fitting tighter, my jeans are tighter. So what I'd like to focus on in the beginning of this year for the next 3 months is to just lean out and get rid of some of the puffiness that I've gained along with some muscles. So in order to do that, these are some of the things that I will be focusing on. And if that is what's your goal in 2023 as well, feel free to join me for the next 3 months and I will be sharing my tips and tricks on how I will be going into calorie deficit and maintaining some of these habits and routine to meet my fitness goals. So number one thing that I will be doing is to make sure that I am active throughout the day. I want to make sure that I'm moving my body every hour and I'm drinking plenty of water, and I'm also getting about 10 to 12K steps per day. And my number two thing that I will be doing is making sure that my sleep is in check, because guess what? If you're not sleeping well, your hunger hormones are out of whack and that is the case with me personally. When I'm not sleeping well, I tend to be very hungry the next day, and I just keep on binge eating on whatever comes my way, and I tend to snack a lot. So that is one thing that I will make sure that that doesn't happen, so that I can stay on track with my calorie deficit. I know I'm talking about calories, and this may confuse most of you, because on a starch solution or on a whole foods plant-based diet, we don't talk about calories. But let me just be clear, in order to lose weight, your overall calories do matter, whether you're eating low calorie density diet or you're counting calories. If you want to lose some weight, you really need to be in calorie deficit. And I like to do that by tracking my calories in the beginning for the next week or two, because it's going to help me to determine where I'm sitting at. And once I get the hang of my eating habits, then I'm going to intuitively eat and just continue to fill up my plate with low calorie dense foods. And number 4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to not eat out during this time. As much as we all love going out to eat dinner with our family or friends, at most restaurants, everything is cooked with oil, and at the end of the day, you don't know how many calories you're eating in that meal. And all the calories from high calorie dense foods like oils do add up. So I'm not going to be eating out. I'm going to be cooking all my meals at home. And I personally love eating at home. I really don't enjoy eating out as much because it doesn't meet my fitness goals, and I honestly couldn't care less about eating out. I know it may sound weird, but for me, my health and my fitness goals are far more important, and I've worked way too hard in my life to get to where I am at, and I'm not willing to compromise that for just tiny bit of pleasure on my tongue. And my last thing that I will be doing is continue to strength train and continue to lift heavy at the gym, so that I don't lose my progress and I continue to maintain the muscle mass that I've put on. I will be sharing all my success with you guys, or my ups and downs, as I go through this journey. So if you are also trying to lean out in 2023, then please let me know in the comments, and let me know what are some of the things you are doing or you would like me to share that's going to help you on your journey. I promised you I'd like to mention one last thing before we get into today's video, is that if you are already skinny and you are not happy the way your body looks at the moment, I highly, highly encourage you to take this year to eat at a surplus or eat at your maintenance calories and lift some heavy weight to gain that strength and muscle mass at the gym. Because at the end of the day, when you have more muscles in your body is more stronger, your metabolism is higher, and also you will look and feel your best. One thing that weight training has helped me over these past few years, it has really helped build my confidence. I really feel strong, and I feel more confident than I've ever been in my entire life. So if you suffer from low self-esteem and confidence, I highly encourage you to lift weights, to get strong. Skinny is not the look that we want. We want to be strong and healthy going into our old age. Focus this year on lifting and eating more so that you can gain that strength and muscle mass. So now I am done. If you guys have any comments regarding any of these things that I've mentioned, please drop them in the comments, and I would love to connect with you guys. So now let's get into today's video. For breakfast, I am going to have carrot and apple oats. I just grated 1 carrot, and then I'm going to add everything to a pot. Then I'm going to add about 1/3 cup of steel cut oats and ton of cinnamon. And then I'm also going to add some pumpkin puree to this. I have a lot of pumpkin puree in my fridge, and I like to add that in to give it more thicker consistency and also to add more volume without increasing too many calories. I find adding pumpkin puree and carrots to my oat helps me get those veggies in early in the day, and it keeps me full for hours. And I have small apples, so I'm going to add 2 apples to this oats. Then I'm going to cook it on the stove top, and while it's cooking, I am going to chop up my apples and keep them aside. Usually I don't like to add raisins to my oats, but I was feeling fancy, so I decided to add about a tablespoon of raisins and about 2.5 walnuts. I'm going to chop them in small pieces and sprinkle them on top. I decided to use walnuts just to change up my nuts instead of my typical ground flax seeds. And then once oats are almost cooked, in the last 5 minutes, I add my chopped apples in there and I let it cook. And then I'm going to add about 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder to my oats. And if you are not worried about your protein intake or are not currently weight training, then you can skip this and you can just eat the oats the way they are. But I weight train about 4 to 5 times a week, and I have noticed that by increasing my protein intake in the last year, I have tremendously increased my strength at the gym, and I can see that my muscles have grown as well. So I am very happy with the way I have been eating. I like to eat big meals so that I avoid snacking in between my meals, and I find that this big hearty bowl of oats keeps me full for hours, and it really comforts your soul as well. So do give this meal a try, and I am sure you're going to love it. I am Indian, and time to time I do crave my Indian food, so I am going to make my dry khichdi. It's pretty much the same as wet khichdi, but you're just going to keep the water to minimum to make the rice bit dry. And then I'm going to cook up my veggies along with some tofu in it to go with it, because I'm not going to cook tofu separately, so I just end up adding everything into one pot, and then I'm going to cook that. I am just chopping up a large onion for our rice, and it's very simple. You're just going to add all the ingredients in one pot and mix all the spices, add water, and let it cook until the water dries, and then you're just going to cover the lid and let the rice cook again. Once you add everything to the pot, you're going to add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of water and let the rice cook on the stove top for about 5 minutes. And once that is done, you add remaining ingredients, and then you're just going to give it a good mix again and add your water and then let it cook. And make sure when you are stirring this in between your cooking process not to stir too roughly, otherwise your rice will break. You want to gently toss the rice in the pot to let it evenly cook. If you are too rough, then it's going to get mushy and your rice will not turn out as nice. While our rice is cooking, I am going to prep all my ingredients for the veggies. To keep it quick and easy, I am using frozen Costco veggie bag and frozen butternut squash. If you want, you can use any fresh ingredients, but I am lazy and I wanted to get it done quickly, so I am using my frozen veggies to cook on the side. If you have been following me on Instagram for a while, you probably know that I don't like to spend too much time in the kitchen cooking. I like to keep my meals simple and easy, and when I do cook, I like to cook a big quantity so that I can have as leftover for the next few days, and also enough for my family of 4 as well. Once water has dried up, you're going to add about half a teaspoon of roasted cumin powder. This is cumin that I roast on the stove top. You're just going to dry toast the seeds, and then you're going to process it into a powder in a high-speed blender, and then I keep it aside as my spices. And by adding that on top, it really adds a lot of flavor, so I highly recommend adding this if you can. Then you're going to turn off the stove and close the lid, and rice will be done. Now I'm going to cook my veggies. To begin, I am going to add my chopped onion on a non-stick frying pan, and I'm going to let them brown for about 5 to 7 minutes, and I add water to saute my onion. And once onions have browned, I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of minced garlic and let that cook for just about a minute. And then I'm going to add my chopped tomatoes and jalapeno, and I'm going to let that cook. These jalapenos are not very spicy, so I added a big jalapeno with the seeds. You may wish to reduce the quantity or add more according to your preference. Then I'm going to add all my spices and let those cook for about 1 to 2 minutes. And I'm also adding about 1/4 cup of tomato paste. Once spices start to release the smell, then I'm going to add all my veggies, and I'm going to let them cook with some water and close the lid. I will add all the details about this recipe in the description box below. Once veggies are soft, you're going to taste test and make sure salt is okay and spices are okay. Then I'm going to add some chopped cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you can skip that. And then that's it. This meal is ready. I'm going to serve it with my rice and veggies. And then I'm also going to add some salad to go with it. I didn't have cucumber to add to my salad that day, so I only added tomatoes, onion, and about half an avocado on this salad, and some lemon juice, salt, and cilantro, and I'm going to add that on top. And then I'm going to sprinkle some more cilantro and add some fresh lemon juice, and that's it. This meal is so yummy. I honestly love this meal, and I can eat this on repeat. And I ended up eating this meal again for dinner. I didn't want to cook again anything for dinner, and my family enjoyed this meal as well. Only thing I did different for dinner was I just reduced the quantity of my rice, and I just mostly ate the veggies with salad. That is what I do. I usually keep my dinner very light because I generally don't feel very good when I have a heavy dinner. And that's it. This meal is so delicious, guys. Do give this one a try, and I can promise you, you're going to love it. So I do have a sweet tooth, and after lunch I always want something sweet after, so I had my chocolate brownie. This recipe is on my website. I will link it below. Only different about this recipe is that I added some protein powder to this brownie to make it high in protein. After about hour and a half later, I went to the gym, and it was a leg day for me this day, so I finished my workout, and my dinner was same as lunch. That's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video and all the tips and tricks that I've shared here with you today. Remember, if you're struggling with your health and fitness journey and you need some guidance as to how to even begin, I do offer one-on-one coaching, and I can also write down a fitness program that's going to meet your needs. You can check all that out on mrsslimonplants.com. If you enjoyed watching today's video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I will be sharing lots of tips and tricks this month, so make sure you stick around and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you very soon on my next one. Bye.